What's up, yo? This is my
What's going on?
first episode of this. It's called Travel Music Experiences. I'm with my friend AkDaCannon, one half of a YouTube duo that's got over 400K, lo-fi artist, avid
Thank you.
traveler, everything that I like in a person. What's good, man?
Thank you, man. What's going on, man? It's a pleasure to be here, man. It's nice to finally do this, man. We've been talking about this all week, Luke. So
Yeah,
I'm
for
ready, bro.
sure. So let's break it down. Where lo-fi? Why lo-fi?
So it started out because okay. Oh, all right, man. We gotta bring it back to the beginning. You asked, that's a big question, man.
The Book of Genesis
Okay.
says.
All right. Okay. All right. So here we go. My family came from music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've always been into music. You know what I'm saying? So it's always been a thing to just find some art, find a record. I find a record in my house, I put it on, I'll be like blown away. So to me, that's always been like, who are these people? These people make music. Now, what's the point of all this? It's like it's low fidelity. It's under. It's, you know what I mean? It's something that you found that's a gem. And I've always embodied that. You know what I mean? And so as I started doing the music and stuff, I started when I met the rest of the lo-fi, which would be Char and Croc. We yes, Croc just joined up. And we when me, Char and Croc, we all linked up, we just was just kicking it, and we had the same vibe, you know, just making the music that's gonna survive through time. And if you find it, you hit. If you don't, you don't know. But you wish you knew, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's low fidelity, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And, you know, lo-fi is the best chill music of all time. For me, anytime I'm doing laundry, anytime I'm feeling some type of way, anytime I smoke, it's usually lo-fi. If I'm studying, if I'm anything, lo-fi is always going to be there. And because it's accessible, you know, it's accessible. There's no lyrics really. So it's not, you have to tune in and pay attention. You just kind of fade out. Right. And you know,
facts.
Yeah, for sure.
Man. Yeah, so that's what it's all about. You know, that's why the music, to me, that's why sometimes I'll just let the beat play, or I'll just do a bunch of ad-libs, or I'll just have the electronics. You know, you've heard I put the synth and just let it rock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like MF Doom said perfectly one time, it ain't about me. It's about the beats.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean? You know what I mean? Hold up, don't worry about me for a second.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. You know, and with traveling too. And so, you know, I know you're a big traveler, right?
Yeah, man. I've been to a few places all around Asia and stuff, man.
Yeah, for sure. You know, as I said, I was in China for 5 years. I was in Thailand for 6 months. I did everything from English teaching. I did dubbing. I did all this shit. I found your music through lo-fi. I found it. Yeah, I found Event Horizon. It just popped up on my thing, and I'm like, oh shit, this is sick. And so then I got hooked.
Shit.
Yeah. So then I went down the wormhole and found your YouTube channel and everything. And and you know, every day in the commute, it was funny because I found that around the same time that Logic dropped Young Sinatra 4. And so yeah, exactly. So it was back and forth. It was Young Sinatra 4, and it was you for sure.
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, and so anytime I think of I still listen to Event Horizon too. And your new shit's hot. But I still listen to Event Horizon, and it brings you back to those memories. Like I said, music is a soundtrack to travel, anywhere you go. And in my brain, it's envision of walking down old school streets in Beijing with hutongs, just, you know, kind of vibing, chiefing a little bit, seeing the neon, and then listening to your shit, right?
What? You blowing my mind with that, bro. What? That's exactly what I was trying to put out.
Exactly,
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so you really, if you're going for that, nail on the head, bro. Nail on the head.
Bro, that's exact, because that's what I was feeling. That's going back to the traveling. You said that's a part of the music, it's the soundtrack. You know what I mean? I remember when the first places I went to was Japan.
Right.
You know, because my buddies and I, we traveled a lot. You feel me? Croc will tell you, you'd be like, yo, let's get the telly. We're doing this. I happen to be fortunate enough to have friends that was traveling. You know what I mean? So be like, yo, we went to Japan. The air was different.
Exactly.
It smelled different. The air was different. It just was different. The milk tasted different. And you know, that stuff was what I did, the indistinct chat. I didn't know what he said, but I felt it. You know, I felt that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It was, that's the stuff. That's why I put a sample here, or I have the beat peek out, or I just do something like that, because it reminds me of the time the taxi driver roared past, or that one party bus was coming, and I didn't know what there was blasting in there, but it was fire, you know? I just try to embody that in the music. So in the neon, in the just everything that you just said. I try to put that in the music, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely, it was more. I only spent like a week in Japan, right? But it was more for me, Beijing and Hong Kong. Hong Kong's like my second home. Shout out to all the homies in Hong Kong and fight the good fight. And so yeah, I was there during the protest, dude. And that shit was nuts. Yeah, I don't know if you peeped, I don't know if you peeped my IG, but there's pictures. It was and everybody was there. Everybody from grandmas to young kids to teenagers. Everybody raising these big independence flags and shit, right?
That's crazy, man.
And so, you know, a lot of those moments, music gets tied to them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. So it wasn't, what the protest, was that like political? Was it like education? Because I know they had like a lot of stuff for like school before, right? And I know like there was an independence thing with China.
Right. This was, now I'm not going to get too political here.
For obvious
reasons. But what surprised me the most was the unity, where everyone was like, no, you know, we believe in this one thing and we need our shit and we got to all come together and we need to fucking lay it on the line. It doesn't matter what anyone looked like, their social class or anything. And so that shit blew my mind, right?
Damn, dude. That's cool, bro. That's like, it goes to show you, like, no matter, because with this whole pandemic, stuff like that going around and stuff like that, it goes to show you, like, people really do come together.
Right.
And like in times when they have to, you know what I mean? And sometimes, you know, like we tend to have to, and we don't really come together sometimes. But for the most part, we do. And it ties into, like, it does tie into the music. It ties into the travel, because I realized that going outside of my country, I realized, like, wow, we really are the same. You know, we speak the same language even when we don't.
Right.
The music, the everything. We're like, we all go 9 to 5. We all have, there's rich people here, there's poor people here, it's like, it's the same, you know what I mean, but very different.
Exactly. Yeah. And especially now that, you know, music itself, Western style music is branching out to everywhere. You know, China really embraced hip hop when I was there. You know, everyone maybe not really understood, but they vibe with it, right? It's like when you listen to like
when I went out there, they was fucking with it.
Yeah, exactly. Man. And you know, everyone's, you know, X and Ski Mask and all the Lyrical Lemonade crew and all of them, they you know, it was all in the clubs and everything. And so it's crazy how in 2020 music is transcended, and lo-fi even more, because there's really no lyrics. Yeah,
exactly. It's more like the sample and the feeling and the vibe for it. And like with a lot of the lo-fi stuff, since I am an artist, I spit on top of it. But there's 3 of us, and we're all like sides of the lo-fi. Like, you know, like, there's the lyric parts. There's, all of us are lyrical. Don't even get it twisted. We go crazy. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But like, but this, I have that weird spacey, you know what I mean? Char comes with the deep, comes with the deep dust. You know what I'm saying? When you be like, when did who recorded this amazing? Don't ever mix this. This has to be like this. It has to sound like, you know what I mean? Right. And then crack comes with the stories that you just be like, these are tales from, like, these are the hood tale legends. You know what I mean? It's all like sides of the lo-fi that, you know what I mean, that we really embody naturally. So it's dope that you really that you peep that wave, bro.
Yeah, for sure. What about you? When you travel, what do you listen to? What's on your playlist?
You know, I used to have a playlist that actually was travel music. I called it travel music. It was the upbeat tempo, you know, got the guitar strumming, looking out the window of the train, you know what I'm saying? Like, watching the horizon just move. You know what I mean? Like, I had like, it was hip hop, right? But I had a lot of Regina Spektor. If you ever heard of it, I had Regina Spektor. I had a lot of, like, you know, I had the pop hits, you know, some Major Lazer in there. And then, you know, stuff that keeps the heart racing. But then, like, when I would want to get into the zone, and I was like, I remember, okay, let me give you some more specifics. I remember going through, I told you, I was, we talked earlier, I was going through Singapore. This was the summer when that one song, I Don't Care, I Love It. I wasn't lying when I said that was like a soundtrack. It was, I had to get drunk to it. You know what I mean? It was the wave, like just the way Singapore looked with they have like these lanterns hanging from the different spots. Like, it's a very beautiful place. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, bro. So when I was just going around like, not that I don't care, like I'm being reckless, but it was just like I can't have a care in the world. I'm in Singapore. You know what I mean? Like, it was lit, you know? I would listen to that. I listened to a lot of crazy. I listened to a lot of Pusha T. I listened to when Pusha T, like I listened to a lot of Pusha T during this stuff, like a lot of just crazy hardcore shit while I was out there. Cause like, I don't know, like just seeing the graffiti in Hong Kong and stuff like that. It was like I need to hear something with some scratches, some deep bass. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was really dope, yo.
Yeah, in Hong Kong, another one for me was Far Side, Summertime. That's Sublime remix, and I'd sit there, and I'd sit and I'd chief a little bit and kind of walk down. I'd see everyone. There's a basketball court down. There's a whole vibe. It was nuts. But yeah, for me, I do a lot of J-pop too. A lot of that Plastic Love is some of my shit. And a lot of upbeat shit too. And it also depends, you know. For you, I mean, for traveling, you know, you lived here, so you went to travel and you chilled and everything. But for me, you know, like I was kind of living there, so it's even more so. Like my visa got denied, so this is how I made it to Thailand, right? So I was in Hong Kong, 5 years in Beijing. I went to go renew my visa, and then I dropped it off. Waited the week, party with my friends. My brother came for his birthday, his first time in Asia. Kicked up my brother, showed him a good time. It was all good. And so I go to the visa office, and they say, "Sorry, your visa's been denied." Oh, and I'm like, "Well, what do I do?" And it's like, "What the fuck?" So I'm calling my boss, and she's playing it off. She's being a bitch. She's playing it off. She's like, "Oh, it's really not that big of a deal. I've got like $50 to my name, right?" And I'm freaking the fuck out. And so, you know, for the whole next week, it was Memorial Day too. It was Memorial Day in Hong Kong weekend, and so it was expensive, right, on the weekend. So I was like chilling with the homeless people under the bridge, and like for a whole week, I was like freaking the fuck out. And so I scammed my boss for $200 to get a ticket to Thailand. Yeah, and I don't even feel the weight about it because a month and a half later, she got busted for faking a pregnancy. So
so then, you know, people scamming each other.
Yeah, exactly. It is what it is, right? And so during that week, I was in the most expensive city in the world. You know, you've been there, so you know how fucking expensive.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
And
it's clean, but it's expensive, man.
And so during moments like that, it's that's when my gritty shit comes out. Like YBN Corday, that Have Mercy. That song, every morning I'd wake up and I'm like, fuck, here I am again. And, you know, Lord have mercy, right? You know, used up all my sin. You're back to sin like a week later, right? You're freaking out like, oh my God, how did I get here? You know, a lot of Joyner Lucas, a lot of shit like Logic, like, you know, keep your head up kind of shit, right? Because that shit really will push you through. And it's all about a mindset. Man. Exactly. If you're going through some situations like that, it's a mindset. So, you know, make it to Thailand by the scrape of my ass hairs, barely making it. And then I got set up in a hostel and everything was good from there. Yeah, but it's different. It's crazy how music definitely affects that roller coaster too. Because even when I look back at those moments, I'm like, oh, every time I hear the songs, I look back and I'm like, damn, I was going through some shit.
Facts, man. I know countless times where I've like just thought of like a verse, and I'm in like, okay, like I can't feel bad anymore. Like I remember when I actually met him a couple times too. I actually met him only twice. Evidence from Dilated Peoples. I remember all my life, I hear just echoing in my mind. When worst come to worst, set up shop and write a verse. Actually, that's best come to best. My lyrics take care of me. They therapy, get shit off my chest. And like every time like I hear something get down, being an artist, I'm like, yes. When worst come to worst, set up shop and write a verse. So that's when this goes bad. Then it goes, actually, that's best comes the best. And it's just like, what else did you want? You know, when it's down and out, you still have time to write your verse. You still are here. So when worst come to worst, set up shop, write a verse, and then think to yourself, actually, that's best comes the best. Like it's so, man, it's countless times where I've told myself, like, like those lyrics, man, they mean a lot, man. It means a lot. Like,
all right, 2020 Hidden Gems 2 is here. What's up with it? What's up? What's the details?
Okay, all right. Hidden Gems 2, it's a spin-off EP off of Crashed and Crystals, which is the main album that we dropped earlier this year.
Right.
Like I dropped it earlier this year. There's gonna be another one dropping mid, and hopefully, I don't want to say too much, but I'm a workaholic, so I know I'm capable of doing this. But hopefully I could drop one more towards the end of the year to really get this year like just jumping for AkDaCannon and for the lo-fi and all of that. But like so when I dropped Crashed and Crystals, and I knew my style was evolving, staying the same. I have a lot of stuff I want to say, a lot of things I want to do, and it's been going a little more electronically. So I said Hidden Gems is perfect for me to do that. Let me put out this EP, see how people feel. They like it, you know. So I have a lot of stuff geared up. I have a lot of video game samples, everything I want to sample and want to do for Hidden Gems, which is about the lo-fi, you know, the hidden gems, the hidden music, the ones you don't know. You found it, like, damn, it sounds amazing, you know. And so I'm gonna put, and it goes into my mind state of what I want to do. I wanna craft these crystals. I want to make these hidden gems of video games you forgot about, you know. Let's sample Mystical Ninja, Legend of Goemon. I gotta hear it. I gotta sample. Like I just recently sampled Majora's Mask. Big game. Everybody remembers that. But do you remember the title sequence song? Like it was beautiful. Do you remember Harvest Moon's Back to Nature when autumn came and that shit said, and you said my tomatoes are fucking growing. Like it's those moments when I'm a kid when my mom said, you know what? That was being good today. Let's go get a Blockbuster video from this Friday. You want any friends that want to stay tonight? Y'all can have a sleepover. Let's go get a Blockbuster game, and y'all can order some pizza. Like that's what I'm trying to go for in Hidden Gems. You know, the nostalgia, that feeling when you turned on the PlayStation the day after you got the game, not the first time you got it when you're super hype and you fall asleep.
Right.
No, when you wake up and you remember you had it again.
Exactly.
You go, shit, I got that new game.
Yeah.
Cling, and you get lost.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to bring out. That's what I want to put into this new mixtape, and just invoke that feeling that's going on, because that's what it's all about to me. You know what I mean? Of course I want to make the money. Of course I want to, you know, do the fame, do all this like that. But really, it's like that stuff that ain't lo-fi. Lo-fi is about the gems, the crystals that you made, that people go, ooh, wow, you did that. You know what I'm saying? Wow, you did that. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. That's what it's about to me.
Yeah, so, you know, I threw it on, actually, while I was doing laundry, because this past week I've been kind of going to deep dive into music and shit, and so I'm going to throw it on, kind of do some shit, and then I hear one of the tracks had, you rework Pumpkin Hill from Sonic Adventure 2.
Ah! Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yo.
You can't even talk about the samples, man. It's like, no, I did. I sampled Pumpkin Hill. That was because, you know, come on. How can you not love that song?
Yeah.
How can you play Sonic Adventure and you be like, you ready? Let's go. I ain't gonna let them get to me. I'm just gonna creep down at Pumpkin Hill. I'm gonna find my love. Like, he's rapping about the video game through and through the perspective of Knuckles. So I'm playing Knuckles, and then like the personality fits so perfectly. Like, none of these characters have any race. This has nothing to do with, you know, stuff like that. But it was about reflecting personalities. We all have the cheerful, normal guy. Hey, what's up? Yeah, you know what I mean? That's Sonic. You know, we have Tails and stuff. We didn't get the gritty, nah, man, nah, I'm cool. Like, that was so cool when I was able to, I have cousins like that. We all have friends like that and family members like that. So it's cool to have that, like, archetype, like portrayed in such a game. Like, you know, like, it was so cool, you know? And that track stood out to me because to me, I like to say things where I listen to a lot of A$AP Rock too. A lot of A$AP Rock. And, you know, A$AP Rock says things sometimes in sequence to where it doesn't really, grammatically, it's not correct. But if you did write it down and figure out what these words meant in the meaning, it's a fucking paragraph, a freaking paragraph. You know what I mean? Like, it's like he said crazy things, you know what I mean? So Pumpkin Hill, although it may not be the lyrical fidelity of our A$AP Rock song, it embodies that aspect. You know, I'm talking about stuff that you may not know. You know, I'm saying, you know what I mean? You might not get what I'm saying. I rolled an interstellar, blast me through the nebula, the cosmos, and then I pass out, you know, from the god smoke. You know, like it's, you know, it's stuff like that to be like, whoa, what did you just say? But that's crazy, like, you know. So that's what I try to embody. And when I heard Pumpkin Hill, I knew with this new mixtape, I wanted to sample that to really bring that, you know, there. Great Emerald, I'm looking for it. I feel it underneath me, you know. I feel the power of the earth, and specifically that song, The Ramble On, but specifically to that song, Great Emerald is about, you know, I feel it. I sense the Great Emerald, the earth. The earth is the Great Emerald, right? You know, and I say that's why I say in the chorus, who wants to party with some power? You know what I mean? Like, who wants to party with the power? Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, gotta stay woke, don't go broke, or you be dead if you dare. Like, keep yourself together. You know what I mean? Keep together. Keep the earth together. Because if it's broke, we'll be dead. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's why, like, I just try to put that into the music and really just, you know, sprinkle that in it.
And so what I really, really respect, and what I really like is I like someone, an artist who can kind of have everything, a concept together, all cohesive, right? The name is Great Emerald. You know, you did Pumpkin Hill. You know, you're talking about some real shit, and it's got like, it's definitely, when I think of Pumpkin Hill, it's a little bit dark, it's a little bit Tim Burton-y. It's kind of, but it's definitely a tight vibe. So, of all the places you've traveled to, your favorite top 5 places to travel.
Top 5 places to travel. I have to say off the rip, Japan automatically. I have to say Japan because that was the love, the dream, you know. Yeah, the dream. It was the Pokemon. It was everything that you know, you associate with that naive, you know, being from America, you associating that stuff like that. You're just looking at the thing that you get imported, the anime and stuff like that. So you fall in love. You know what I mean? I fell in love with Japan. I was like, I have to go. I gotta see where this beauty comes from. Like, I got to see where these games, where all this stuff comes from. So Japan number one. But I have to say, I wouldn't, if I had to like choose a place, I wouldn't live there first. I'd live in Hong Kong. Hong Kong is too cluttered, too just, it's everything I love. It's like a super city.
Exactly.
It's a super inspirational city. You know, it could be a lot to somebody that don't want that, but I'm looking for that. I want that clutter. I want that.
Yeah.
I want all of that. You know, I need that graffiti. I need that to inspire me every day. You know what I mean? Number 3, Croc said it. Australia, man. Australia is beautiful, and my prayers go out to the recovery of all their wildlife because it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place. When I went out there, I went on a wildlife tour that blew my mind. I'm saying, it blew my mind. There's no words to describe it because I'm seeing plant leaves and stuff that I never thought I'd see. Leaves the size of my body, leaves as small as my fingernail. It's all different types of plants and animals. And yeah, Australia was beautiful. That's 3. Thailand for the food, man. I'm gonna give you a quick Thailand story. You might have a similar story. Let me quick Thailand food story, man.
Love it.
So I go to this, you know, I try to stay away from the hard rocks. I only go to pick up like shot glasses and to have like, you know, the Hard Rock Cafe, like, oh, we're gonna get the shot glass, get drunk, like, you know what I mean? But I try to avoid those type of things. I don't do no McDonald's. I don't do none of that. You know, I don't eat that anyway. You know, I haven't eaten that in years, but I don't do that anyway. Like, so I went to a buffet. You know, it's Thailand. You know, it's a little cheaper, so you can go and, you know, really eat a lot for less. We go to a buffet. They cooking it up. You know, they got the pans is getting served. They got the spices flying. You can smell it in the air.
Sweating your ass off, aren't you?
Oh my goodness! Oh, it was hot. It was hot. We sit down, right? I give me the rice bowl. I go on the line. I get some seafood. I get some vegetables. I get all of that, right? I see these little octopi. I'm thinking it's like calamari, because it is. I guess you know, it's kind of like a little fried squid kind of thing. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, cool. It's tossed in the soy sauce. I'm with it. Let's go. I get it, and it did smell good. It gets to the plate. I'm eating everything. I'm having a good time. You know, rice is like a custom. You know what I mean? By this time, I've traveled so much to these places. I'm like eating rice all the time.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so I sit down at this plate, and everybody's having a good time. They're talking to me and stuff like that. I'm sitting face to face. I'm surrounded by a bunch of like, you know, I'm surrounded by the native people. You know, you can't be disrespectful. You gotta like, you know, sit upright. You know, eat all the grains of rice, all of that. It's that kind of place. Even if it's a buffet, you're sitting down. I'm eating. I get to the octopi. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Like, there's nothing to it but to do it.
Right.
So I grab it. Seafood's not a problem to me. I'm eating. I grab the octopi. I put the octopi and I bite. And it was like biting into the biggest gusher I've ever been into. Oh. It exploded. You just felt the brain hit the back of the throat. It was absolutely bonkers. It tasted good, but I freaked out so much. You can see my eyes just go. I look around, and you see everybody look at me, and I swear I seen a guy giggle in the corner. I swear, across the room, you just see me like, and like I didn't want to freak out, so I just like stopped, And I said, before I grab a napkin on some weird foreigner stuff, let me just eat it, man. Just fuck it. Just eat it. So I was just like, I grabbed some rice, and I was just like, shoveled in some rice, and just like coated the rice in the guts, and just like swallowed it the full thing. Everybody looked at me. I knew the bear at the table saw me do it. They were just like, ain't eating that. I thought it was over until I had one more left. And I was like, oh. So I just quickly popped that one with some rice and just got it over with. But I was like, man, that shit was a crazy experience. I'll never forget that. Like it is the best experience I had in Thailand. The best by far. That's why I tell the story all over again, because I wouldn't take it back. I would actually go back in time to re-experience that. Because it was hilarious. It was hilarious. It was funny. It was one of those, like, I traveled, you know what I mean? It was beautiful.
It's like, it's the only in Thailand stories. It's like, well, when in Bangkok, baby, it's like, whatever. It's like, and preface to everybody watching, Hangover 2, that could be a reality in Bangkok if you're not careful.
That wake up got a tattoo.
Bangkok has got to be, not only is it the most stupid hot city, it's the most chaotic city I've ever been to. It's like, it's Gotham for sure. Man. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a place that you can either be like, it's like you can either be wild or have the wild happen to you. Exactly.
So you gotta really make sure
exactly.
Like you're good, you know what I'm saying?
And it's not just like,
you fuck around, you end up in like a fucking parade, half naked with a bunch of beads on you. You're like, what the hell just happened? Like, how did I get in this parade?
Exactly. And even nature too. It's not just the people. It's nature. Komodo dragons and the monitor lizards, and
fucking you get a fucking mosquito, get you on your neck, swell up 3 times the size.
Yeah. Yo, Hobson just
but I would say, go to Thailand. You have to go. It's a beautiful place. It's all of that. It makes a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place.
It's a big, hot, wet
food.
mess. But it's amazing.
It's spicy.
Mess.
It's spicy. It's an experience, You go have some fun. Go dance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go to the parade. I know they gotta have a parade for everything. You know what I mean? Go see somebody dancing. Water. You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
Go there, chug water, because it is hot.
Yeah, man. Chug water, bro. Be hydrated, bro.
Yeah.
Hydrate and eat, man. I say Thailand, that's like the biggest thing. 2 things. Hydrate and eat,
and
man.
The best
Hydrating
thing is the food's so cheap. It's $2-3 a meal. So, yeah, if you get hungry, just go to the street market and pick up some snacks.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact, man. Yeah, man.
It was funny. Hobson was he's been in Thailand for a bit. I guess when he took this break, he's been posting over his IG. He's like, "What the fuck is this?" And these giant, big ass bugs like this. So yeah, Thailand's got some big ass bugs.
Thailand got big bugs, man.
Yeah,
we got some big bugs, man.
So
yeah, bro.
Weirdest food you ever ate when you were traveling?
Weirdest food besides the octopi story. I think the weirdest food. Actually, I wouldn't say weird. I can't say weird because I'm so open to eating. Right. You know what I mean? Like I'll eat whatever. Like I'll try it. Right. I'll try it. Like you know what I mean? I might put up a hesitation sometimes, but I will try it in the long run. So I wouldn't say weird. I think the most it had to be. It was actually simple sushi. It was sushi, but it was when they just took the octopus, cleaned it, and like did nothing to it. Like it was just the slimy, on the rice. Like I was like, I'm not sure if I'm ready for this. Like I'm saying, it was just like I'm not sure. I think that was the normal. Are we back?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. I think the octopi on the or squid. I can't see. I keep saying octopi. Squid, octopi, whatever. That was the most different texture I ate. That was a different texture, but it was good though. I mean, it was good. I mean, I love sushi. Yeah. And I would say, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, yeah. I feel that seafood in Asia is definitely the freshest too. Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. I think, I guess in light of the same side, different same coin, different side. I would say the best food. It's a fruit. It's a fruit, and it's called mangosteen. And I only had it when I went to the Philippines. And of course, they love showing you all the fruit. eat this, eat this, eat this. I'm like, yes. So like, I had a mangosteen, and it was like, it's like in a thick cardboard. It dyes your like hands red. Like it's like that dye bed, that red dyeing beetish kind of juice kind of stuff. And but it's like a thick cardboard hide. But in the middle of the mangosteen, it's like this grape-ish textured, like it tastes like a mango grape. Tastes like it's just like and it's like a soft seed, so you can just eat the whole thing, and it's really good. It's absolutely delicious, absolutely delicious. You can honestly eat 50 and don't even realize. Like, you just sit there and just crack open 50. Like it's that good. Like man, so good.
Did you like you ever eat lychee?
I did.
Yeah. Lychee's definitely
pretty good,
great.
man. It's like similar.
Yeah, it's kinda,
yeah.
It's kind of like a grape with a big seed in the middle. You know, it's very fresh, right? So, for me, I feel that the weirdest foods I would consider, even I've ate it and I'd consider weird. I'm the same. I'm open to food, but I've eaten rabbit brain. I've eaten like cow dick. I've eaten goat dick. I've eaten intestines. Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. It's crazy. I know you visited China, but
yeah.
You know, when I was there, I made a lot of Chinese friends, and we'd kick it all the time, and then we go out to dinner, and so they'd have like cow intestines and, you know, pig kidneys and all this, and it's funny because they're kind of superstitious with it. So it's like pig kidneys is good for this part of the body, and you know, like goat organs is this for this part of the body, and so we just start getting drunk and just start eating these barbecue skewers. That's the biggest thing as far as China. Barbecue culture is big in Beijing for sure. Yeah,
I never knew that, man. That's crazy.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's not crazy, but you know, that's interesting. That's pretty dope.
For Beijing especially, they have chua, right? So chuan is Chinese for barbecue skewer, right? And so they have that R at the end of it, chua. And so you go and you just get like a bushel of chua, and then you get some Qingdao. Or you know, you drank Qingdao, didn't you? The Chinese beer.
Man, I can't remember. I was drunk.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I can't remember. Yeah.
And so
funny.
yeah, and so that's like one of the meals, right? And especially in Thailand too, it's like, you know, barbecue is a big thing, and these street markets, it's crazy because I watched a documentary on Netflix called Street Foods, and they were talking all these different cities, and Bangkok was is one of the cities. You know, street food is the life. And so if any of you ever go to Southeast Asia, at least you'll see it, where everyone just kind of unplugs, right? Everyone's kind of turns their phone off. Everyone can kind of sit down at this table and just shoot the shit outside and like drink beer and eat dinner for the night. And that shit's kind of missing in the rest of the world, right? Because even you see people out in the world, you know, you're at a restaurant, you see people just doing this the whole time. But in Southeast Asia, it's like, it's really cultural to just sit and kind of unload and just talk about shit.
Yeah, man, exactly. That's one of the things I did. It's funny that you said it, because one of the things I did pick up was that I picked up from my travels and was reinforced through like watching the documentaries about barbecue and stuff like that too, is that a communal fire is something that's popular other places than a lot of these fast movement societies like ours. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when can we just chill around a fire and talk, you know, and speak and share a drink? You know, when I was in Japan, it's not custom. It's not custom. People will do it, but it's not the custom to pour your own drink.
Right.
You know, you don't drink alone. You're not supposed to drink alone, because that could go down a bad route. You know what I mean? So what you do is you get a friend, you pour their drink, they pour yours, so you don't get too drunk. You know, your friend can cut you off.
You're right.
You know what I mean? And so that you're not pouring your drink and you're like pouring sorrow. You know what I mean? Like, or whatever. It could be happiness, whatever it could be. It's too, having somebody else there helps alleviate any like negativity and stuff like that, and it helps you talk. You know, talk it out, drink, talk. You know what I'm saying? So.
Definitely. Yeah. The bars in Japan are pretty cool, though. I hear they're pretty good. I didn't make it to any of the bars, but I heard they're like real tiny. You know, well, I had
they're tiny.
Barbecue place.
Yeah, they're tiny. They're tiny, but they're fun and they're cheap. Right. Oh man, you know, like you go out in LA, you're gonna spend $12 for the cheapest drink.
Absolutely.
$12 for the cheapest, absolutely cheapest.
Right.
Be $12, and then if you want just a regular Henny and Coke, it's like $20. You're like, why is this like this? But, you know, like, that's an exaggeration. But, you know, you get what I'm saying. But in Japan, oh, no, I'm going out with, if I go out with $100, I can get the whole place drunk. The whole place drunk. Not just you get a drink yet. I go, yo, everybody in here, we all can just get 2 rounds. 2, 3 rounds. Let's do it. $150. Just drop it. Boom. You know what I mean? Because the drinks be like $5, $3 for a shot, $4 for a shot. You know what I mean? Like, it's lit out there. And what I loved about it too is that the businessmen would just come in their suits. Like, you'll be out there drinking, you'll be chilling, and you just see like a bunch of suits come in, and they just start partying with you. Oh man, it's lit, man. It's like Men in Black, but for like party.
Right. Right.
And instead of that, like the thing that erased your memory, like ding, it just give you a bunch of shots, and you wake up and you're like, that party was awesome. You know what I mean?
Did you get a chance to go karaoke?
Yes, it was a blast. It was a blast, man. A blast, bro. Like I didn't even know how to sing. I just ended up singing Churches, The Mother We Share.
Oh yeah.
Like I was just I was the only one I knew. I said, put it on, man.
And in Asian culture, you know, really karaoke is like one of the big staples of it. You know, everyone gets together with a friend and you go out and you rent the karaoke room. It's pretty cheap. You split it between like, you know, 6 people. You know, it's like $30 a person. Yeah. And the machines, karaoke machines, are real up to date. Got every song and everything. And you know, that's another, you know, great thing about traveling is kind of having these crazy experiences, learning it from a totally different perspective, right?
Yeah.
And so, learning languages?
No, I have to say. Let me answer that in Japanese as best as I can. Yeah, I have not. I have not learned any Japanese at all. I tried, man. You know what? Let me recant that. I have not tried. I've only accepted the small things that I did learn. I haven't tried. No kids. I knew a kid when I was in school, before I even went to Japan. He was learning Japanese when he was in high school. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, by this time, I'm sure he's fluent. So this guy like lives in Japan now, like a teacher. When I was there, I knew a dude that was taking classes, and he learned Japanese. He would order food with us, and he'd be like da-da-da-da in Japanese, and I'd tell him stuff. Yeah, man, I don't know any languages, man. Damn, I should have learned.
I think you know, I lived there for so long. It was really self-study. It was just making Chinese friends and just kind of, you know, and when you're there, you're kind of forced to learn it. You can't walk into a McDonald's and say, I'd like a Big Mac, and blah, blah, blah. They're going to look at you, shama, tashwa shama. Like, you know, you definitely just kind of absorb it, right? And so anyone, you know, who's watching, I feel that about a year in a different country is really going to help you get the handle of it, right? And I think a year in a different country is great. You know, some people only have time to travel there, but if you can give up a year and go live somewhere else and experience the food and experience the culture, then you're going to come out the other side a totally different person. At least I did, right?
Man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So how does it feel? Like, I know, like I'm not the interviewee, but like I've always asked this to anybody that learns a bunch of languages. Like, how do you dream now, bro? Like, how do you even think now? Is it in English, or is it? Does it feel like your brain goes click, click, click and opens up? Like, what is it, man?
Right. So it's when I think. Sometimes I've dreamt in Chinese. You know, my thought processes are in Chinese. It's like when I'm like trying to rush out the door, oh shit, where's my keys? Where are this? You know, for example, lighter, 打火机. You know, I'll lose my lighter and I'll say 找不到我的打火机了. And I'm like freaking out. And I'm like, where's my lighter at? Like, what the fuck? Where's my lighter at? Like, what the fuck? And so, yeah, it depends. Now I'm not there anymore, so it's slowly going back to English. When I was there, I was working in Chinese TV. And so, you know, all the clients, you know, speak in Chinese. The TV shows I was watching in Chinese. You know, I would voice act over Chinese shows, right? And then so came with that was more connections in Chinese. And the only people I really hung out with were Chinese folks, right? And so then we go to the club and we party together. And so Chinese people throw the wildest parties. I'm telling you, I promise you. You know, everyone thinks I can drink.
I gotta go to one. I gotta go to one, man.
There in Beijing, there's these two huge clubs called Club 1/3, and then there's Club Elements, and they're both like DJ Top 100 mag, like in the top of the like top 10. And so I saw Steve Aoki live. I saw Chainsmokers live. Yeah. And, you know, yeah, exactly. I saw, yeah. That was crazy. He caked everyone up and throwing all the cakes, and yeah, it was nuts.
What? Yo, man, yeah. Stevie Aoki caked by Stevie Aoki, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, and
that's
so
wild.
The clubs there, they're just massive, though. There's something. it's hard to explain. It's nothing like American clubs. It's nothing. You can take like the hottest club in LA or the hottest club in New York, whatever it is, and it's still a different vibe to it. You know, it's like crazy EDM, just a million people getting drunk. You know, champagne bottles just pop, confetti flying everywhere, smoke everywhere. It's just a whole different vibe. And then after that, you know, you got to go to breakfast. You got to drink even more, and you got to have like egg drop soup in the morning, and you got to eat. Or if you're in Korea, you got to eat kimchi, and you know, get trash. Yeah, and so it's crazy because, you know, I got spoiled. So I left for Korea when I was about 18, and so I enlisted in the army, and then Korea, right? So then I got out and jumped to China, and then the rest of the thing, right? And so, and as a young adult, I didn't really party at little bars because I'm from, you know, more of a small town. I didn't party at little bars and little house parties. I was out on the other side of the world, going, you know, up until 9 in the morning in some of the biggest, baddest clubs in the world. And so now at this point, I'm only 26, but I feel like I've clubbed enough for 3 lifetimes because of how intense it is.
Exactly, man. Yeah, bro. I feel the same way. I was like partying, like, because I started traveling when I was about 19, man. Started doing all of this, you know, like I was just fortunate enough, you know what I'm saying? So like we hit Japan and we started going to places, bro, like it's different. The strips are different, like there. Like, you know what I mean? Like the bar after bar is different. You could really just go next door, and then to the next one, and then to the next one, and then to the next one, and start across, and man, go upstairs, downstairs. Like I went to, and I pride myself on this because I went a few times. Actually, I know, listen, I said you're having a good time in a place when you get bored there. When you know you're having a good time when you've had too much good time.
Exactly.
When you're like, damn, I'm bored. Let's have another good time. Like that's when you can brag that you've been somewhere.
Exactly.
And I say that about Japan. I've been to Japan enough to where I've gotten bored in Japan. I remember I was in, I believe it's in Roppongi. It's a Roppongi, and it's or Shibuya. One of these ones, it was in, I think it's Roppongi actually. It's a huge, very tall building. And each floor is about 6 floors. Six floors, each floor is different. Like and one floor has a bunch of mirrors, one floor is this, one floor is that. And each floor is different music. You have reggae on this one. You have like the very top, it was like death metal. And then at in the middle was like the hits, like, you know, like the pop hits, and then you had like hip hop. Yeah, it was in Roppongi going. It was nuts. And I remember I seen music videos being shot in there. Like, I didn't see it, but I was going online and I see music videos being shot in there. And I'm like, yo, I was in that chair. Like I'm like, yo, like I was there like multiple times. Like I remember I was in there and a guy offered me free cigarettes because I bought enough drinks. He's like, here's a pack of free cigarettes. I was like, oh, thanks. Like, see, crack is like, it was in Roppo, maybe Shibuya. See, I can't remember crack, because I think it was Shibuya. Roppongi is known for having like mad clubs, so I want to say it was there. But I remember going with another friend once, and she was like, "Yo, it's in Shibuya. We got on Shibuya." So I can't remember. I can't remember the title of the club either. But the multi-floor, different floor club that everybody knows. It's like famous in Tokyo. Like that's the one, man. Either Shibuya or Roppo. But
and
yeah, bro, I
expensive as shit, parties, probably, because Japan's expensive as shit. That's the crazy thing about Japan and Korea both.
Korea, no. When I went, it was $2 to their one. When I went, so it was like you know, it was like I know 1,000 won is like $1. So it was like, yeah, so like, you know what I mean? So like it was like $2 like their one, like $1.50 to their one or something like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? But in Japan, I remember when I went, it was 70 cents of ours to their dollar. Like it was bad. Like it was bad.
So in Korea, I mean, more so the clubs, the drinks get pretty expensive. But the cheat code for that is you just go to the 7-Eleven, drink some soju on the street. Yeah. You have 2 bottles, and then you'd be good to go.
Yeah, man, soju and chuhais. Oh. In Japan, so I just lived off a chuhai. Chuhai. Look at this moment of silence for the chuhai. Yeah. Oh man, like y'all don't understand. But when we talk about, I was like, this is the drunk that you gotta be. This is the drunk where you be like, you have like this is like, it got you to the point where you wasn't like drunk, but you was like just lit. Like you had choo highs, and you was like, I feel like I could fly.
Right.
Like you'll be like watermelon, and it just tastes like watermelon with a little bit of vodka, but not too much because it's like sake. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So it's so good. A chew high is delicious. Like, oh man, please bring me chew highs now. Yeah, man.
Places you want to travel to that you haven't been yet.
Places I want to travel to that I haven't been yet. I want to go to Africa. I want to go to Africa because it's just, that's the place where the humans was from, you know? Like, I want to go to all the first places. I want to go to Africa. I want to go to, like the bigger parts of, like, Asia, you know? Like, you know, like the really big parts, you know? Like the regal areas of Russia, you know what I mean? Like, those, like, areas where you don't really get to see, you know what I mean? Like, those deep into the parts where you'd be like, yo, what are people living like? You know what I mean? Let me find out the genesis of stuff. Let me find out, you know what I mean, where we came from, our ancestors, you know what I mean? Like what is the knowledge that can still be passed down? You know what I'm saying? So I want to travel to these places. I want to go to places, you know, like in, you know, Russia, Africa. I want to travel a lot in India. You know what I mean? I just want to see and get some knowledge of just places that have so much wealth of knowledge, you know what I mean?
That was the one thing about Thailand I really enjoyed. It was ancient culture, you know, especially with Ayutthaya, which is a little bit north of Bangkok, and it's, you know, that's another place where tons of movies are filmed there, and places, and you know, it's got Kickboxer and Mortal Kombat, and all these movies are filming in these ancient grounds, and so I think ancient history is really fascinating, and I'd love to go to Africa too. You know, I got friends out there. There's a big EDM wave out there, and deep house wave. Oh yeah, huge deep house wave. Gotta peep. Yeah, so you know, a friend of mine that I met in Beijing, his name is Edwin, right? And so Edwin and I, we became real tight, and he's from South Africa, and he was telling me, you know, he's like, everyone there loves techno right now. It's a huge EDM wave.
That's what's up. Yeah, nah, I love EDM, you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up listening to, well, of course, I grew up listening to the pop techno hits, but don't take away from that. Like that la 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 la, like that's you know, like those are bangers. You can't take away from that. You know what I mean? Those, like, those dance ones. You know what I'm saying? I liked a lot of how do you say the name? Eiffel 65 with the blue. I'm blue. Yeah. I should listen to. They had two songs. I'm blue. Another one I listened to a lot, and I kind of forgot to listen to it enough, I guess. And I was cycled through like my EDM. I unfortunately can't say like I have like solid people. Like I've heard some Tiesto. You know what I mean? Like growing up, like you just. Since I like it, I listen to it no matter what it is. You feel me? So a lot of genres only have people that I follow in like hip hop, soul, to where I know that the names in the albums, but the eclectic air is there. I listen to anything, and of course rock music. Like I love punk music too. Like you know what I mean. I have some 41's Chuck. That was like a birthday gift. Blink-182's Blink-182 album. Slipknot, like any of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't own any albums, but if you just play anything, I would just listen all day. That's just beautiful. It's beautiful. You know what I mean? So, and just 80s rock, man, shit, man. Like, I listen to it all. I listen to it all, man.
Yeah, I watched Breakfast Club recently for the first time in the longest time. And so hearing that theme song, it kind of got me on an 80s kick.
Yeah,
so
man.
I've been listening to Culture Club and all kinds of different shit.
Yeah, man.
Scariest place that you would not travel to?
Scariest place I wouldn't travel to. Okay. A scary place, it has to be those places where like it's like those this is gonna, because I know it's gonna apply to a bunch of places, but like every country has an area that's like the spooky area. You know what I mean? Like and I remember when I was in Japan, Suicide Forest was one of those places. And you know, some people, they like to like try to go. I would not even walk in that direction because it's like real. Like somebody told me like it's not a game, it's like a real place. They really go there and do that. You know what I mean? Like you'll go there and you'll see stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and so like I'm like, bro, like, why would you? I would never want to walk through that. Like that's a place I would never go. I would never go. And you know where like the cannibals are. But that's just like that's just. And honestly, I wouldn't say I would never go because that could just be a misunderstanding. They might eat people, but they're not gonna eat you. You know, I don't know. Like you know what I mean? I can't say I'll be scared. I wouldn't go anywhere. I wouldn't go anywhere I'm not supposed to be going. And that's what I mean. I ain't going where I ain't supposed to be going. Like why are you going to Suicide Forest? Why are you going to hang with the cannibals? Why?
Right.
Like that's the only time I wouldn't go somewhere. Like why is you walking down there? You know this tribe. You know this tribe. This ain't a place for you to be at. This is their home. There's places that have so much wealth of knowledge. You know what I mean?
That was the one thing about Thailand I was really enjoyed. It was ancient culture. You know, especially with Ayutthaya, which is a little bit north of Bangkok, and it's that's another place where tons of movies are filmed there. Places, and it's got Kickboxer and Mortal Kombat, and all these movies are filming in these ancient grounds. And so I think ancient history is really fascinating, and I'd love to go to Africa too. I got friends out there. There's a big EDM wave out there, and deep house wave.
What?
Oh yeah, huge deep house wave.
Gotta peep.
Yeah, so a friend of mine that I met in Beijing, his name is Edwin, right? And so Edwin and I, we became real tight, and he's from South Africa, and he was telling me, he's like, everyone there loves techno right now. It's a huge EDM wave.
That's what's up. Yeah, I love EDM, you know what I'm saying? Like I grew up listening to, well, of course, I grew up listening to the pop techno hits, but don't take away from that. Like that la 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 la, like that's those are bangers. You can't take away from that.
Yeah.
Those like those dance ones. You know what I'm saying? I liked a lot of how do you say the name? Eiffel 65 with the blue. I'm blue. Yeah. I should listen to. They had two songs. I'm blue. Another one I listened to a lot, and I kind of forgot to listen to it enough, I guess. And I was cycled through like my EDM. I unfortunately can't say like I have like solid people. Like I've heard some Tiesto, you know what I mean? Like growing up, like since I like it, I listen to it no matter what it is. You feel me? So a lot of genres only have people that I follow in like hip hop, soul, to where I know that the names in the albums, but the eclectic air is there. I listen to anything, and of course rock music. Like I love punk music too. Like you know what I mean. I have some 41's Chuck. That was like a birthday gift. Blink-182's Blink-182 album. Slipknot. Like any of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't own any albums, but if you just play anything, I would just listen all day. That's just beautiful. It's beautiful. You know what I mean? So, and just 80s rock, man. Shit, man. Like I listen to it all. I listen to it all, man.
Yeah, I watched Breakfast Club recently for the first time in the longest time, and so hearing that theme song, it kind of got me on an 80s kick.
Yeah,
so
man.
I've been listening to Culture Club and all kinds of different shit.
Yeah, man.
Scariest place that you would not travel to?
Scariest place I wouldn't travel to. A scary place, it has to be those places where like it's like those this is gonna, because I know it's gonna apply to a bunch of places, but like every country has an area that's like the spooky area. You know what I mean? Like and I remember when I was in Japan, Suicide Forest was one of those places. And some people, they like to like try to go. I would not even walk in that direction because it's like real. Like somebody told me like it's not a game. It's like a real place. They really go there and do that. You know what I mean? Like you'll go there and you'll see stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so like I'm like, bro, like why would you? I would never want to walk through that. Like that's a place I would never go. I would never go. And where like the cannibals are. But that's just like and honestly, I wouldn't say I would never go because that could just be a misunderstanding. They might eat people, but they're not gonna eat you. I don't know. Like you know what I mean? I can't say I'll be scared. I wouldn't go anywhere. I'm not supposed to be going. And that's what I mean. I ain't going where I ain't supposed to be going. Like why are you going to Suicide Forest? Why are you going to hang with the cannibals? Why?
Right.
Like that's the only time I wouldn't go somewhere. Like why is you walking down there? You know this tribe. you know, this tribe, this ain't a place for you to be at. This is their home to be at. This is their home. They gonna be like, you're an invader. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's where I wouldn't go there. But as far as anywhere else, like if you guys got open borders, hell yeah, I'm going. Shoot, where the food at?
I think also it takes, you know, traveling is fun and traveling is a great experience, but you also have to be very responsible, right? Because, you know, you are in a different place, and if you get hemmed up for something, you've got an embassy lawyer, and they can't do much. You know, you've got no family next to you in the immediate vicinity unless somebody comes with you. You're thousands of miles away. The only thing you can do is write a letter to your lawyer, right? And so if you catch a case in a totally different country, you know, it can be big problems. Big problems.
And see, a lot of people, they get into problems they don't even realize is a possibility. You know, like wrong cab drivers, you drive far as shit, and now you arguing with a guy's going to escalate. You know what I'm saying? You telling them, I didn't want to drive here. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you gotta, like, where's my money? No, you know what I mean? Like, he's asking for his money because he don't drove 2 hours.
Right.
You telling him you at the wrong place, but you don't understand it, and it can escalate into bad to where next thing you know, you face down under foreign police.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, you gotta have a certain level of patience. You know what I mean? To really look at just to take time to survey your situation before you even get into one, and if you're actually in a situation, have enough patience to get out of it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't maybe hear if people understand you, despite how loud you get, you can still kind of understand what you're saying. So maybe the situation can disperse. Like, whatever, man. You can be as loud as you want, but okay, I get it. And you can walk away. Over there, you yelling. All somebody sees is an angry person. You know, I don't know what you saying, but you just yelling, and now nothing's getting fixed. You know, so I tell people when you go travel, keep in mind the fact that you are not from here. You know what I mean? Like, they're from there. You know, so even if they're not right, they're right. This is how it goes over here. You know what I mean? So, like, just know that you're not from there, and that just have some patience, really.
Right.
Have some patience, man, and that'll go a long way. You know, like, knowing that it'll stop you from doing stupid things. You know what I mean? Like,
and especially, you know, communication-wise, if you just pick up a few words, a few sentences, you know, they'll try to meet you with their few sentences of English, and if you try to meet them with their few sentences of Japanese or Chinese or whatever, it'll go a long way, and it'll make things way easier. You know, and and even if you know, you do make friends who are struggling to speak English, you know, you got to understand that, you know, English is not their first language, and so, you know, you got to have that patience. And if you do have that patience, you know, you meet some incredible people. I'm sure you've met some incredible people along your way, as much as I have too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, beautiful people, man. Like, people that, you know, you just share a night with. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you met them and when you guys was talking, like, one of the best experiences when I remember, and we didn't even speak like that, but you just felt that we was both having like a good time. You know what I mean? Like, I went to a Korean barbecue, and I'm with my homie, right? But everyone in that Korean bar, it was like $11 to get in. It was like all you can eat. You know, go get whatever the hell you want, just bring it to the table. And really, you know, we're in Korea. You know what I mean? So, like, I look in the next booth, and it's like we just give each other a nod. Like, I don't know where they was from. They didn't say like they was from Korea, but they were just like they're having a good time. You know, like, we're all like, wow, we're in Korea doing Korean barbecue. You know what I mean? Like, it is communication and just vibes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just, yeah, man.
Well, it's been fun, man. It's been great. It's been a fun time.
This is awesome, man.
What else you got for the world? You got any new music coming up?
Yes, I do. Stay on the lookout for Hidden Gems. You know what I'm saying? Hidden Gems, Deeper in the Mind. That's what it's called. Deeper in the Mind, M-I-N-E, apostrophe, I said apostrophe, parentheses, deep parentheses. You know, it's supposed to be like a play on words, deeper in the mind, in the mind. You know, I don't know if I want to give the people the bone yet. Pretty much just put the play on words. But anyway, yeah, so I have Hidden Gems coming out, the full thing, and kind of goes out now. And other than that, I really want to take time to say thanks for this interview, bro. This opportunity has been great. I had a fucking blast. It's surreal doing stuff like this, no matter what level of scale is. You didn't have to do this, man. So I appreciate all the time
it's awesome. You know,
it's been a pleasure, bro.
You've definitely kept my ears entertained, and I've definitely fucked with the music and you've definitely invested in my life more than you know with your music. And so it's always good to invest back. You know, as for me, my platform for my blog, Thusify, I'm going to be doing interviews like this, and it's going to have to be in live and things, obviously, for the the current state of things. But definitely gonna get an upload.